Yo, 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 everybody. Good morning, Woodies. I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and this is Detroit Lenny. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm still a little like achy. Brendan's home from school. He's got a
Oh,
head cold, straight up like sniffles, whatever. So he's all hopped up on Dayquil. But nowadays, like Mandy's like, I could send him to school, but they're just gonna send him right back home because of COVID protocols. So it's like, what's the point? I just gotta go get him in an hour, you know.
yeah,
So it's like
gas.
I'm like, bro, just put your pajamas back on, take some Dayquil, lay your ass in bed. Okay, here's the box of tissue. You're Netflixing it all day. Netflix and chill, bro, by yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
Aw,
you.
a little
So
peanut.
that's kind of that's the rundown in my house right now
Well,
with the
tell him I
COVID.
hope he feels better.
He's
Um,
fine. I woke up to him behind me, scared the hell out of me. He was like laying in bed with me, and I rolled over and I thought it was Mandy. And he's like, oh, wide eyed, and I'm like, oh shit. And he's like, hi. And I'm like, what's going on, dude? How'd you get here? He's like, oh, I don't
right?
feel good. I don't feel good. I'm like, oh, okay. And
Oh,
so
little peanut. That
I
little
know.
peanut. Well, we do
Um,
have a special guest today. Hannah Mears, the new host from Picks and Parlays, is going to be on the show in about 10 minutes or so. So I'm excited for the morning Woodies to meet her. I'm
yes.
excited to meet her. We've chatted a lot in text, but we haven't actually met face to
Okay.
face. So this is
Oh yeah,
exciting.
she's super cool. So obviously, this about her before she gets here, so I don't sound like I'm just smoozing or whatever.
Right.
Ultra professional in
No, that's what
everything
I'm
she
afraid of.
does.
I could be out of a job soon.
No. It's great because like you two are like Laverne and Shirley if you had your own show. Like she's just like where you're like very go with the flow. Not that you're not professional, by the way, it sounded bad, but not
I
that you're like very go with the flow. And she's like, I think, also a new girl wants to make sure she's got every, doing everything right and
right.
everything. Meanwhile, I'm like, fuck it.
Fuck
Just
it.
go
Yeah.
with it.
Just make it work, girl.
Oh,
Make it
boom.
work.
Caesar's above your head. See that?
Yes. Oh, you did it. Good job. Okay. So I was just
Oh,
going to
it
get
should have
to
been
that.
that. There it
Like,
is.
subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Anyone joining the room now. And then also Caesar Sportsbook.
F
Bing,
that
bing,
thing.
bing. It's our official sportsbook. The sponsor of Picks and Parlays, if you will. They're giving all new accounts who sign up to $1,200 in a risk-free first bet. Check out the description of this video. Find your description of the video and click on that. Click on that link, and that's going to take you right there. You don't have to deal with the promo code or download the app and use the promo code Morningful. But it's up to $1,250 in a risk-free first bet, and then you get 1,000 reward credits and 1,000 tier credits on top of that. So really, really good deal there. What else is going on today?
Which is really where the hell it's at, right? I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you, because
your rewards and your
we
tiers.
use Caesars all the time,
Yep.
with AKA William Hill for us or whatever.
Yeah,
But I use this stuff like all the time. So
all day.
you guys, that's like legit a good deal.
Yeah, it's really,
Just,
really a good deal.
I'm
That's your
just
free
saying,
hotel
like,
rooms. That's your discount flights. That's your comp food, your spa
it's
day,
all
your
that good
golf
gas.
course, all that stuff. That's in your rewards and your tier credits. That's how you get that. Sprinkled the pool host home run. He's getting there. He's getting there. Hi,
Allie
Tim Earl.
Burns, we
Huh.
have football today.
I know. I've heard first day of the NFL.
Yes,
Oh
it's
my.
100 degrees in Vegas. Yes, I'm wearing a hoodie because it's football season.
All right.
Plus, it's like 70 degrees in my house because my wife thinks she's in an igloo.
I drank too
So
much coffee, and I feel like it's 170 degrees in my house right now, but really it's like 76.
Tim Earl's in the last Woody. Are we sure about
I
that?
know. I fell out. I was a
Did
faller
you?
outer.
Do I have to go back and recheck? Or are you sure he's really in
I'm
there?
sure he sent me a screenshot of his final thing because he knew I wouldn't believe him. No, because it was a
That's
esports
fair.
bet. Thank you, Timmy.
Former ESU player. Nobody cares about that shit.
Okay. Alec Burleson, St. Louis to get a hit. Former ECU player. First career hit today in his MLB debut. All right. Well, go get it, Alec. Best of
Go
luck.
get it, Alec Burleson.
Yeah. Get it. Hi, Rail Bailey. I took Rails for Handicapper yesterday. I don't want to say I took his picks. He gave me picks and then I researched them and I liked them and I took them. I didn't blindly take Rail's picks, but I've been following Rail a bit, and he is quite a good capper. He needs to get in.
So
Rail,
you fell out though. So I what I'm hearing is it's his fault.
No, of HC. I was
okay.
1-0-1 on HC. There you go. No, I took Rye's pick for the.
Oh, so it's Rye's fault.
It's not anybody. It's my fault. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying
I'm blaming Rye.
I didn't take my own picks. But I'm giving Rail credit. I'm not blaming him. I'm taking credit. Or I'm giving him credit.
I got you.
I'm trying to
understood the gibberish that was coming out of your mouth
too. Now I see you changing your background. I want to go to my football office.
I gotta get to my
football season. Where's
Go
my
Bills.
office? Here we go.
I can't physically say go Bills and be a Lions fan. So I don't know how getting football picks from Terry is like getting soccer picks from me. That's how I feel. We just like hockey.
He said that out loud.
I said it. I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
Rams and Suns parlay. Okay, so let's dive in then to the NFL. Let's chat about that for a moment here. I know Hannah, I saw her Mearsy Minute, and she had a play on Cooper Kupp and I believe on the Rams because Sean McVay has a record of winning in week 1. So we'll talk to her a little bit about that pregame.
Okay.
I just want to see where the money is at on this. I remember it all being on the Bills, but I mean, things change.
I'm curious to see
day to day.
what where the money's at as well.
It's
pretty
split. As of right now, it's 52% of the cash is on the Bills. It was a +1. It moved to a -2. 51% of the tickets are on the Bills, and it's all on the over, which is staying the same. 71% of the cash is on the over 52.
So my teaser, which you can tune into TikTok later or Snapchat because I'm doing that now too.
William Hill Caesar Sportsbook right now, as you tell me, so I can load it in.
So I'm taking the Rams plus all the points, and I'm taking it under, I think, like 58 and a half, whatever the over is, 6 points.
Okay, so Rams.
I'm taking it under 58, and
I got
Rams.
52. Oh, okay.
Well, with teaser, yeah. Under, yeah. So it's like 8.5 and 58.
It's still a -120.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna juice it. They're gonna juice it because that's the play, and you don't pay juice on winners.
That's true. Place bet. Done it.
I'm just saying
that. For my 8, what do you guys think about the Cardinals going over today? I hate taking overs in morning games. It starts in 5 effing minutes. That was like an HC pick for me, but then I'm like, it's a 10 a.m. game, and I hate that. And it wasn't 8. Now it's a 7.5. The money is on the over. I like it over. 7 is what I have. I hate taking no, it is 7.5. I hate taking early games over.
Yeah, I don't. I got nothing on baseball, to be honest with you.
All right, I like the Reds today. I'm gonna roll with the Reds today as one of my HC picks. But I don't know.
You know what you need to do?
Fudge my life. I hate the handicapping Todd.
No, you need to take the Shamrock Rovers.
Are they on today?
Yep, because Michael's comment down below, Shamrock Rovers.
I don't even know how to get a screenshot of that.
Draw no bet.
Does Caesars have that? Allison, get your
no idea.
Yeah. Over and over, we cash on the Rovers. No, that's U.S. soccer.
We're so stupid.
I know, like next level stupid.
For real.
Right up here. We're going to have to be on our very best behavior when Hannah gets here. We don't want to scare her. I don't have Rovers.
Oh, hey.
Not considered European. I got to go to BOL.
Can I delete some of these pinned posts for Handicap 10?
Yeah. I'm current on everything.
So as of
I'm tied for third right now, by the way.
I can delete everything from yesterday back.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
You totes.
Because I don't want. I usually like unpin them after like I would grade them and then would update stuff. So I didn't want to unpin anything, and then you'd be like, "Oh, I didn't go through those," and then try to find them. Because then trying to find them when they're not pinned is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a pain in the ass.
That ruins my day. Why can't? Oh my God, I'm freaking out right now because this game's gonna start and I can't find things I need. Search, no. Why can't I go into like my group?
You have a group?
Well, yeah, it's called Morningwood. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, that one.
Maybe you've heard of it before.
I mean, it's
no good that.
I have heard of it once or twice.
Too much coffee, and I'm like giving myself a panic attack right now. The game starts in 2 minutes.
I got a group. I'm like, you got a group?
I wish I had a site where I could buy points. Where do you buy points down for baseball? What site do you use to do that?
I just click on the props and do alternate lines. I don't really buy points or whatever.
Allie Burns. Allie Burns. That's me. I know it is. I've heard of me.
I have as well. So I don't know what they're doing.
Kind of a big deal in my own head. Okay, I did.
Legend in my own mind.
You're so ready for the day. I know Julie had a rough run in the HC. Rough run in that.
Julie, what the hell's going on? How's your fantasy team? Julie, has everybody set their lineups?
Oh my God. I did. I don't think any of my.
I did remind Mandy last night, and then the amount of curse words that came out of that woman's mouth at the same time. I've been married to her almost 5 years now. We've been together about 8 years, and I've still never heard that many at the same time. I gotta, because now she's in 2 leagues. So that's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. I don't even know. I know Tom Brady is my guy for picks and parlays. And I think I've got Mahomes for parlays is what I'm doing.
Okay.
Get it, Shamrock Rovers. You get it, Michael.
Hey, by the way, I got a text from Craig Trapp earlier. He will be doing a live in-play halftime little quick show thing. So I'm not exactly sure when he's going to go live or anything like that. But for you Woodies out there that are watching, you need to listen, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Then you'll never miss a live show. This is, I don't know how much more simpler I can make that for you guys, besides going to your house and logging you onto your damn phone or laptop personally. So I'm not doing all that. So don't miss a live show when Craig Trapp's probably half in the bag live betting.
I love when Craig Trapp is half in the bag.
Yeah, because I'm in the other half, just so you know.
He's the most fun Craig. Yeah, he's the most fun Craig. All right, guys. Miss Hannah Mears is here. Everybody, best behavior. We're going to be welcoming. All right? Welcoming.
We're going to be respectful.
Respectful. I'm going to use our adult words.
That's
all right, Hannah, you ready?
Flex. Nothing about the cream that you have to use. Be respectful.
Hello, guys.
Hi, how are you? I guess we'll put Lenny in the middle. He'll be happy.
Here we go.
You get balanced.
Ladies love Lenny.
2 thorns, Lenny.
Ladies love Lenny. You know that, Allie.
I know.
Ladies love Lenny.
I know it. So hi, Hannah. How are you doing? Welcome to the Morning Wood Show.
I'm so excited to be here. You have such a fun little following, and watching the show is great. So this is awesome. I'm so good. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. Yeah, it's a blast. The Morning Wood crew, it's a place for everyone else on the internet to be the stars. We give all of our viewers a chance to give out their picks and give them credit for all the awesome work that they do as well. And it's just a fun place to learn and hang out and talk crap about sports.
Yeah, what we do. Love it. It doesn't get much better than that.
So tell us about you. Tell us where are you from? How did you get into sports? I know you're just getting into sports betting, but you've been in the sports game for a long time. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm from a little small town called Weldytown, Pennsylvania. I grew up on like a 90-acre farmland. But I went to Latrobe High School where the Steelers do their Friday Night Lights practice, and they're in Latrobe for training camp and things like that. So I grew up a big Pittsburgh girl, big Pittsburgh fan. It was like a sin to not like the Steelers in my family. So gotta go with that. And then I went to Penn State at college, and I got into sports broadcasting, and I covered all of Penn State athletics for like my 4 years there. And that was an absolute blast. Got to cover things like the Super Bowl and the NFL Combine. I mean, can't beat those kind of things. It was incredible. And I'm a huge like wrestling girl as well. I've got my wrestling gear on. My
boyfriend, your husband, a Greco-Roman wrestler? Did I hear that correctly?
He's a freestyle wrestler.
A freestyle wrestler. Okay.
Yeah. My boyfriend wrestles freestyle. So he currently tries to make like Olympic and world teams. And he also coaches the Pitt wrestling team now. He got promoted to an assistant this year. He wrestled at Ohio State, was a Big Ten champ there. So, so we
won't hold that against them, that Ohio State thing.
Yeah, right? I mean, I went to Penn State, so.
We're okay with Penn State, but when you deal with Detroit Lenny and some of the Woodies, we've got some real Michigan things that happen on this show. Very Michigan heavy show we are.
Yeah, I didn't make the greatest impression on all of his friends. I don't think the first time I went to Ohio State and they were playing Penn State, but I was in a room full of like Ohio State fans watching a Penn State football game. Like, what was I supposed to do? I had to stick up for myself, right?
Yeah,
right.
So that's sort of a little bit about me. And then I worked for the Pittsburgh Penguins for a while, and just was able to kind of part ways with them there. There wasn't more growth that I wanted from that position. It was more production and editing. So it was a lot of fun and great experience for 3 years, but this is definitely where I wanted to be, getting into more sports betting side of things. This helps with the career path that I want to take. And it's so fun and it's hard. I made a TikTok yesterday being like, you can literally go from being like on the highest high to like feeling like in the dumps with your picks. But so it's teaching me a lot. It's a lot of fun. Baseball's kind of hard sometimes. So
roller
this is exciting
coaster,
to be here.
right.
But yeah, it's a roller coaster and it's a great time. And I'm just happy that all paths led to you guys. So
well, we're glad to have you. We've been looking for a new girl to come on since before Lenny. Lenny was our new girl.
Yeah, I was the new girl. So
there you go. What's up?
I do what I do.
Some breaks, but then he became his own juggernaut of a production man.
TikTok sensation.
Love that.
TikTok sensation.
Yeah, a TikTok sensation. That also, and an Instagram sensation soon enough.
Now I'm working on Snapchat, taking over Snapchat.
There you go.
Snapchat. I don't even know what Snapchat is. And I don't even know
Snapchat.
Snap talking and tick chat.
Snapchat is like the new way that like the modern era of humans like communicate. Like there are so many young kids, like my little brother and his friends, they don't text, like they Snapchat. Like I'm not getting your number.
Kids.
I'm not asking for your number anymore. I'm asking for your Snapchat. That's what
all my kids have a group Snapchat instead of like a group.
Yes.
Text. And I'm like my older kids and my little kids, and they're all like Snapchat. And then like Brendan's home from, my 10-year-old's home from school. He's sick. And he's like on his phone, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, if you're sick, you don't get your phone.
Yeah,
you gotta like Netflix and chill. Like, just watch Netflix, and here's a box. Like, hey, whatever." And he's like, "I'm like, who are you Snapchatting?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm Snapchatting Nathan." I'm like, "Isn't he at work?" And then he's like, "The other one's at school," and I'm like, "No, give me that damn phone." So, and then I got the death stare, but whatever.
I wish somebody told me to get off my phone and take a nap and like just relax and watch Netflix all day,
Listen, if my wife came in here right now and told me to do that, I would do it.
Hey, don't answer your emails. Don't do any sports picks today. Don't watch games. Just like sit down, binge watch some reality TV and be off your phone. I'm here for it.
I'm in. I'm in.
Let's
so
forget
what is your favorite sport? Well, what is your favorite sport? And then I did see you do a Mersey Minute on the Rams game that's going on tonight. So let's hear
and I don't know if it's like the most popular bet, but watching Good Morning Football this morning, Peter Schrager was on my train. So I feel like that's a good person to like feel like I kind of like aligned with. I felt like everyone was very Bills heavy, and I was so tempted, and I wanted to take the Bills. I did. But so I had to narrow it down to like something. And I was like, listen, when in doubt, Sean McVay is going to pull something out. Okay. So Sean McVay is undefeated in week 1 games, and I think he's going to keep it rolling. So I picked that, and I said Cooper Kupp over 7.5 receptions because Jefferson is out for the Rams. So I think he's going to be targeted that much more now. And he's typically targeted a lot. He's had so many games that he can prove he can go over that. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of times he actually has. So those were my bets. I know everyone's going to be like betting like crazy on both sides of this game. So you kind of just had to pick your poison and stick with it. You just had to.
Well, I loved your Mearsy Minute because Cooper Kupp's on my fantasy. My
lucky you.
Yeah. I had he was
do
my
you guys
number
go
one
against
pick.
each other? One? Who do you go against?
No, I'm against Rye. I have Rye. I have Rye Cake and Julie Carly. Those are mine.
I chose violence. I took Boss Man week 1 right now. Me and Craig Trap. So
I love it.
Facebook?
Juice it out right now.
Yeah, right. Let's go. Hannah, are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, because I have a group called the Parlays. A lot of them are in here right now, but it's 17 now, different women, and it was a chat on our phone, and then we got too big, and Miss Danica lives in Toronto, and it was a long distance thing, so we moved it to Facebook Messenger. So Rye Cape, you can bring it. You can bring it right now. I'm right here. You know where to find my ass.
in our fantasy draft.
I gotta see who I'm playing week 1. Hold on. Because I have like a pretty I just
popped off of that. I'm like, I've had enough coffee this morning.
Chose all the coffee. How much coffee?
But I have George Kittle in my starting lineup at the moment, and he's questionable. So I'm so nervous. Like I want to keep him in there if he does play, but it's a groin injury, and that's such like a weird.
How long is he going to play, and what if he gets injured while he's in there or something like that?
I know. Who's Ron Mexico? Let's see.
That's Sean Higgs.
That's Sean Higgs.
I was so close to being
great name too, but
I love it.
This was almost my name.
That's so funny. I was okay. So I was Uncle Ron for Halloween from Napoleon Dynamite. Oh. And like did you see his profile picture? And it was in college, and all these girls were in these like really cute outfits, and I walk in and I have like my like headband on. I have like the cutoff shirt, like holding a football.
Right. Throw that football over that mountain right there.
Yeah.
I woke up
great. So I was Uncle Rico for Halloween. It was so great.
That's awesome. I have an Uncle Rico.
I woke up at 7:30 this morning to a text with Craig going, "You're so going down." And then I went, "Huh?" And he went, "No, you want to get on the show? I'm doing a halftime." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "I'm fed up for 2 minutes. Why are you blowing up my phone?" And he's like, "I wanted you to wake up to know that you're losing in week 1. In fantasy."
That's so
and I'm like, I will kick your ass. I'm telling you right now. So the shit's talking and by the way, I'm projected like 2 points, like a point and a half above him. So it's a close.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm
149. We're like right there. So
I'm
hoping Russell Wilson goes off against the Seahawks week 1. Okay. He's on my team, and I was planning on it, and I was like, gosh, come on. I mean, I love football. I know Allie was asking what my favorite sport was. Football is so fun because there's so much going on. College football is fun. College basketball. I like college sports a lot. And wrestling's just obviously my favorite sport to watch and be a part of. Gives me the most anxiety though. But yeah, there's nothing like this time of year where everybody in America that's a sports fan is like doing and worrying about the same thing. And it's so fun. And fantasy football has like really brought everyone together in that way.
Yeah, it was a good idea. And I think what we're going to do on our Woody page, Lenny and I talked about it, since the Woodies last year were in the Circa contest and we did really, really well. But what we're going to do is just post Circa lines on the Morningwood Facebook page every week. And you guys are going to do the poll and tell us who you like. And then the top 5 teams, we'll post those as the Morning Woody Circa picks, even though we're not in the contest. That way we can like size ourselves up because Sean Higgs is in. I go downtown to meet the insiders room and buy them in. Well, I'm not buying them in, proxying them in tomorrow. The Twins are in. So like there's a lot of Circa competition going on right now.
Is this sort of like a survivor pool?
This is not in this one.
We're just doing it for our own sanity.
Bragging rights.
Not a contest kind
last
of thing.
Year, what happened last year, Hannah, in case you'd like to know, is Picks and Parlays professional handicappers, Higgs and Craig and the Twins and Parsons, they all had a Circa group for the Circa Millions. And then the Morning Woodies, we just drafted 5 normal people out of our super sharp Morningwood group, and Lenny led the way, and I was the proxy for both. I can't take any credit because I'm not really a football person, but we smoked them.
I love that.
Smoked them. We were one point off on the bubble, Lenny.
Yeah, our crew finished in Circa paid out the top 50 at the end of the season, and we finished in 51st spot.
Yeah. And Picks and Parlays finished dead last.
We finished a half a point out of the money. So we learned a lot. We learned a lot for a contest and how that sort of thing works. And so it was a learning experience for sure. So we're not in it this year because Craig Trapp's afraid we'll actually win. I'm convinced.
Right.
That's why he didn't buy us in.
Oh, yeah, he's afraid.
Yeah, I would be too because we're kind of a big deal. We made it on NOVICE. They mentioned us. They were like, "Who's this team, Morningwood?" And I'm like, "That's us."
That's hilarious.
It was pretty good.
Awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Eliminator pool is cool, but we're not going to do it against each other, Woodies. We're going to do it more for content for free picks. So we'll pick whatever 5 that you guys like, and then we can put them up against. I'll know Higgs Insider's Room, and you'll know the Twins what their circa picks are. So then we can put ours up against them, and we'll just do like our own little just for fun pool going on.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Allie's got me in the office. There's a bar out here called the Office Bar that her local watering hole, and she's got me in a contest where I got to pick 10 winners. What is it? 10 winners, no spreads?
10 winners on the money line. Yep.
10 winners on the money line weekly.
And they pay out weekly too, which is really cool. I know I'm sitting there and I'm like $150 to buy in 10 money lines a week and you pay weekly. Lenny's got to get in on this. Like Lenny would smash this. So
she texts me, I'm like,
he's like, hold on. Beep, beep, beep. I just PayPal'd you $150. I'm like, beep, 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 beep.
I just screenshot her. I'm like, I sent you $150. Buy me in. Do the paperwork.
That's awesome. That's really fun.
Yeah,
that's really fun.
That's right up my alley too. I'm
right up.
I do. I like those kind of picks who are like those picks that are kind of just like all or nothing. And that was sort of like with my beers made this week. I was like, I'm doubling down. I'm going all or nothing. Like sometimes there's those games that you're just like, you could go so many ways and you could bring stat after stat. You're just like, listen, just ride with one.
Yeah.
Have a reason and go hard.
I like
for
the
it.
Rams.
It makes the game fun to watch too. A lot of anxiety, but it's like,
God, well, it's so true. Like sports betting, it's just always an up. Like if everyone was good all the time, we wouldn't have a job. You know, like none of us would have a job.
Exactly.
It's just part of like the law of averages, the nature of the beast. You know, Rodney Molina, not to call him out, but one of our Woodies, Rodney Molina, just won. We do a month-long contest. Dude went like 44 and what? And 12?
He went 44, 15, and 1. Over 60 picks.
And he just got knocked out of the next one, being 6 and I think
that's the curse. If you do really well, if you win it, you always do bad the very next week of the next month.
And that's just it, because it's not that your luck runs out, but it's just the law of averages. Like you got up to your height and now it's just time to go down and back off your money a little bit, back off your bets a little bit, and just wait for it to come back because it's going to come back.
Handicap your handicappers.
Yeah,
I was like, I was keeping track. The most fun thing about like this getting into like sports betting was just keeping track of like how well you were doing. And I was on such a high for the first few weeks, guys. I'm like
beginner's luck
right now in my picks.
Beginner's luck. It's a real thing.
Like 10-4 since August 30th, and then like my baseball picks yesterday, I picked the Brewers and I picked their pitcher to also go. He got hurt in the third inning, and I was like, God damn it. And then I'm getting smoked by the freaking Rockies. And I was like, okay, I'm done. This is it. Here's my slope.
Right. It's all good though. You know, just know what happens. When I first started doing it, and then I gave the advice to Lenny also, because logging on and giving out your free picks is like the most, you know, like mind-numbing, like spirit-crushing thing that you can do. You're like, what if I'm wrong? And Craig Trapp was like, who freaking cares? Like at the end of the day, if you think it's so hard to pick 2 winners, pick 2 losers and go the other way. And like when you think of it that way, it's kind of a different mentality. Like it's just as hard to pick losers as it is to pick winners.
And it wouldn't be gambling if it wasn't sports betting. Yeah, like there's no better.
They wouldn't let you bet on it.
Yeah. And if it was easy, everyone would do it and everyone would put their money on it. Like, you know?
My wife asked me a pretty good question the other day, and it kind of like, I don't know, maybe it was the edibles that kicked in, but it hit me here. Okay. It hit me like in my soul. And then she's like, what gets you more emotional, music or sports? And I was like,
sports.
I'm like, well, are you asking me which means more to me? Because then I'll say music. But what gets me more emotional? Probably sports.
I'm not having a heart attack over a song. That's not my heart is not palpitating and I'm screaming every freaking curse word that I've ever heard in my life at a television pulling my hair out and throwing remote controls at the wall.
She's like, I just watched you curse this man's family for 15 minutes, his bloodline, his neighbors, his city, everything. And I'm like,
I stand by it.
Yeah, I'm like, you damn right. And she's like, you challenged the goalie from the Red Wings to a street fight in the middle of our street one day after a Red Wing game. I'm like, he's a terrible goalie, Mandy. And I'm like, what do you want from me? Thomas Grice, I know you're watching. Thomas Grice, I will fight you one-handed in my street right now. Still, to this day, I can't see
Lenny has Lenny better hope that none of this gets out, because he's going to have like a line of people in his front yard in the street. Because he calls everybody out to come and fight him in the street.
There you go. Fight night. I'd put some bets on that.
Yeah.
Morning wood fight night.
Totally. Now, Lenny has bad knees. So that's going to be important to remember when handicapping this game. He's had 2 knee surgeries. Okay.
That's why I take it to the street, because I can get him on the ground.
Where's your bat? Show her the bat.
I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Sean Austin's got your favorite bet tonight. Maybe it's under the stairs. Did you put it behind the stairs?
What's going on? Shut up.
I didn't expect that to happen.
He goes under.
I can look under there.
Hold on. It's under the stairs.
Hannah texts me. She's like, how do I prepare for Morningwood? I'm like, you really can't.
You just can't do it.
We might talk about sports. We might not. No bat. The Lenny special. Oh, there it is, bam.
Yeah, it's rubber. Don't get alarmed.
There you go.
But this is what I use for total. This is how I knock the insider's room out of total chaos.
You look like Bam Bam. That looks.
I also have my Thor hammer. In case shit gets really real. Thomas Rice, come at me. Come at me.
That's a good one.
Goodness.
I don't know. I also the music sports thing, like put on a good Zach Bryan album and I'm in my feels, but nothing, like you said, nothing raises your heart. You might be like putting on music to cry about your favorite team losing later.
Yeah,
I mean, it might help with you.
Julie Carly says my wedding was not as emotional as me watching the race.
No, serious?
Yeah, the birth of my child when it comes to Duke basketball and Coach K Final Four. Okay. Jesus.
Yeah. Watching a wrestling match where my boyfriend's on the mat, I'm like, literally need to be in the hospital. Like, it's not normal.
Oh my God. Do you have kids?
I don't.
You're
not yet. I have lots of baby cousins.
Not missing anything.
Both of our kids played basketball, and like we have to go into like full coach mode. I mean, like I'm screaming at this 16-year-old stat crew, who's doing the scoreboard, and I'm like, "You're not going to call that a shot? That was 3. That wasn't 10."
Yeah. Allie Burns arguing with the 7th grade scorekeeper about you're off 2 points.
I was a professional statistician for UNLV basketball since 2006. You're going to tell me that wasn't a 3? Oh yeah, I'll lose it. I'll go nuts. I'm that mom. I'll get kicked right out. I had too much coffee today, guys.
Kick me out. I don't care.
I coach fantasy or fantasy.
You coach fantasy,
football.
Yeah. So does the rest of the.
Yeah,
I coached.
So does every other man on earth.
My kids' flag football teams, and a couple of the one. There was 2 kids, and their grandparents would bring them, and I was me or whatever, and the grandma, you could tell she was the sweetest little old lady, but she was the grandma that baked you cookies and told you everything was okay. And then grandpa was out back to showing you how to use a switchblade, and you were stealing his Playboy. It's like, right? So like I was getting a little hard on the one boy because he was just like whatever, and she was like, "Oh, come here," and grandpa stood up and goes, "You let that man do his job," and I was like,
"Yeah, grandpa."
Right. Damn right, grandpa. And I'm like, well, first of all, I volunteered, so but any help would be appreciated.
I hated that when I think I give coaches so much respect because when I've had to coach soccer camps and things like that, or coach just little things, you're sitting there and you just get so frustrated when somebody's just not getting it, and you're like, you have to understand, everyone learns at their own pace, things like that. And I'm like, God, that had to be frustrating. I get why my coaches got pissed from.
My wife played soccer forever, and when our daughter Charlie, she wears glasses. I'm not gonna lie, she's blind as a bat. Can't see out of one eye, blind in the other. Right, poor little girl. Right, she's blind, but she wanted to play soccer one year, and she's like, "Mommy, will you help coach my team?" So Mandy signed up to be a coach or whatever. So she's coaching, and my wife played on travel leagues and all through high school. She's like played, right, and so she knows, and she's yelling on the side, and I'm all Mr. Mom on the sideline with my my adult sippy cup full of vodka and orange juice because it's a 10 a.m. game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, boys, get those oranges out for the girls when they're done with soccer or whatever. And I'm sitting there, and Mandy is just going in. And I go, hey, babe, take it easy. And she's like, first of all, you're a parent right now, not a coach. And I'm like, and I said, first of all, put your fucking finger down right now. There's people watching, okay? First, you can talk, you can ground me later, but time out on the sideline. And so we had to have a conversation about her and coaching 8-year-olds.
She's like, first of all, this is my sport. Second of all, drink your cup and shut your mouth.
Yeah, she was like, you go kick that oblong ball or that brown ball around. This is real football. And I'm like, I will fight you, lady, in the street. You can get in line right behind Thomas Christ.
Yeah, my mother was trying to get me to coach Escher's basketball team. I'm like, you want me in charge of all those children? You lost it. You have lost it. Like, I'm sure they don't allow bongs in the YMCA. Like, I'm just sure. No, I'm not doing this. You can't drink beer out of a sippy cup. You need it in the can or the bottle.
I had to coach basketball for one half of Brendan's game. His coach showed up late. He was stuck in traffic, was calling, and all the other parents are looking around like, well, we don't want to forfeit. And then my wife's going, oh, don't. My wife goes, my husband can do it. He knows sports. And I'm like,
didn't you get in a fist fight almost?
No, I told the ref, he was like, oh, well, because the one kids were a little bigger, and he was like, they were getting a little physical. So I told our team, hey, feel free. Hey, we play ball like this, elbows up.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. And they're like, and then so Brendan in all his glory, my son, he hits like a 3-point shot. He turns around like that to the crowd, and I'm like, hey, bro, we're not beating on our chest going down. So he got a technical, and then I got a technical because I went on the court to challenge the ref in technical, and then my wife decided that I shouldn't coach the second half of that game.
That's hilarious.
I'm not allowed to play anymore.
Your kid's my favorite player.
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm like, bro. I go, first of all, we're down by like 15. You're hitting a 3, bouncing around the court, beating on your chest like you're Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
game
we're
7
down by.
Game 7 of the.
Just hit the game winner at the buzzer, man. Like
he in his eyes, he did. Okay,
right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Escher does rock the baby. Like when he would score on a kid or like steal the ball from a kid, he'd do rock the baby and do his little face. I loved it. I'm like, bring all the smoke, man.
He brought home paperwork yesterday. He's like, hey, Lenny,
40-minute game of basketball.
He's like, Lenny, they got the basketball tryouts again, and he goes, I get to be on the Miss Garrett said if I sign up, I could be on the competition team no matter what because I already played and I'm a veteran. And I'm like, you're a 5th grader. Calm down.
You know what? This is like the one time in their life that they're gonna have those like glory moments because then you get to high school and it's like, shit, am I gonna be good? And then you get to college, not everybody gets there. So let them soak in that elementary. Like I was real good in 5th grade basketball. I was,
crushed it. Yeah,
I
like that mentality. I like that mentality.
Yeah, let them have their moment.
Tate says the worst part of coaching kids is when you have to nicely say a kid isn't playing because they suck to a parent who thinks they have the next Pat Mahomes.
No,
wasn't it?
Seriously.
It was
my favorite thing about like high school sports, I'd be like playing, I played basketball, soccer, track, all those things. And we'd have parents come and like complain to the coach about like, why isn't my kid playing? And I'm like, your kid sat out of sprints yesterday because their ankle was like hurting. Like they don't deserve to play, but they don't go home and tell their parents that. They're like, oh, coach is picking favorites. It's like, do you want to tell your parents how much you sat out of practice yesterday? Like we can have that conversation.
Yeah, same
here.
Same 2 kids I was talking about for fantasy or for flag football. Their grandparents, right? And the one kid was like really athletic and really good. The other one wasn't bad, but he wasn't as good, right? So the other brother would play more. And the grandmother asked me just one time, she goes, why don't they get like equal playing time? And before I could say anything, thank God, the grandfather spoke up and said, "Do you want to win or do you want him to play?" And
Yeah,
and I was like, it's like what he said. I'm gonna walk away now, and I just like pretended to like be busy with orange slices and stuff.
That's just
So,
like when you're
I
in
was
a
like,
game,
you wanna win, you
you're
wanna
in
play.
the game to win the game. If you just want to play, I'll see you in practice. But if you don't
Yeah.
do well in practice, well, guess what? Now it's game time. Hola,
Like,
Pedro
Right.
Mas.
Yeah, I'm all for, like, I think every kid should try to play a sport, try to do organized activities. Like, you got to learn to be competitive, to know you're not good at something, to know you are. But like, it is so important to know, like, I'm going to have to be brutally honest with my kids one day if they turn out to be like not athletic, which would be really hard because my boyfriend and I both were, and I think it'll like crush us inside. But
Yeah.
if you're not good, I'm just gonna be like, listen, there's other things for you, but like, let's not be that kid who's out there like ruining the game for everybody else.
Right.
I'd rather my kid not be that person. I'd rather just be like, I just don't think this is for you.
And it's rough because, like, you see, that team always has like a team always has that kid, and you're like, oh, it's their first year. Oh, I'm glad, like, they're trying this out for the first time. But in the back of your head, you're like, but could you not be on my team? Like, could we not teach you how to play basketball? Could you
we
maybe
just
learn that
put
from
them in when
someone
we're
else?
already up like 50 and there's like maybe 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just
That's
it.
so
Now
bad.
is your time. These are
Yeah.
your minutes, bro. These are your minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just
when
it.
we're playing flag football, all right, bro, you just stand right here, count to 3, go after the quarterback.
Right.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's,
Just give them a
like
job to
dead,
do. Right. As long as they're
right,
doing that
just
one
one
job,
job.
well, great.
You
Listen,
know,
I was
and-
a horrible shooter in basketball, and I knew that. I couldn't make shit. Like, shooting was just not my thing. But I was a defensive specialist. Like, I was on the court to guard like the best player on the other team and prevent them from scoring as many points as possible. And I was really good at that. But I had no shame in being like, no, please don't pass me the ball. I'm not making the game-winning shot. Like,
Right.
it's just not happening. Like,
And it's good
I
to know that
accepted
about
it.
yourself. It's good to know
Yeah.
that about
Right.
yourself.
Know your limitations, know your strengths, know your
Yeah,
limitations.
but if
all
you
that.
needed me to get back court because someone steal the ball, I'm gonna be there before they get there. I'm gonna take that charge. I'm gonna like that was me. I was
That's
okay
me.
with that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. My older son Hunter, when we played flag football, I told him, he's like, I want to play like on offense. I want to receive. I want to run the ball. When everybody wants to play quarterback, everybody wants to run the ball,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, no, bro, your safety and your defensive back. That's your spot. And he's like, why? I go, because you're fast. And he's like, okay, great. I go, but you can't catch.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Yes, I can. And I'm like, no, then give me an interception. Prove to me you can catch. What you can do is you can beat that guy to the ball and you can knock it down.
Yeah.
Sure, but you can't catch. And he's like, oh man.
But
truth
that's
hurts.
okay. Like I said,
Now he loves
everyone
now
has
he
a
loves
role.
it because he gets to hit somebody. They get to
Right.
play his tackle football this year, first time.
Oh, that's
exciting.
fun.
That's scary, but
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's fun. All right, so we've only got about 15 minutes to go here. So, Lenny, your teaser was Rams and under, right?
Yeah.
Okay. just wanna
Rams
make
plus
sure I got that
8.5 and under 58.
Okay, so this is Lenny's
whatever the
teaser
6
for
point.
anybody who wants to tail it. And then Hannah's play, she's taken Cooper Cup.
Over 7.5 receptions.
I like it.
And I'm going just straight up Rams on the money line.
I like that as well.
I'm just taking him. Sean McVay. He's going to be undefeated in week 1 seasons. Let's go.
I like it. I do too. I'm all over it. I like it a lot.
Trends. So
I mean,
Trends.
yeah, this game. Oh my God, it's gonna be so much fun to watch. So much fun.
I'm a
excited.
little worried about my over under, but I think
Thanks,
week
Hank.
1, everybody's maybe not as in sync as week like 10.
Yeah,
So
for
some
sure.
drop balls here, there, maybe some missed tackles here or whatever.
And listen,
you know what?
Buffalo blew it last year against the Steelers at home. So everyone that's like, how can you not take the Bills week 1? Well, a lot of people took them last year week 1 against the Steelers team that had a lot of question marks.
So talk to us, because this is your area of expertise. We've got a few minutes left. Talk to us about the Steelers and give us your breakdown on what this season is going to look like. And, where, but I've told you, my whole family's from Pittsburgh. So I grew up a Steelers fan. Also, I'm all in on Steelers. I'm from Houston. So unfortunately, I'm a Texans fan also, whatever. Don't talk about it. So yeah, break us down on the Steelers and what you're thinking this season.
Well, I'm excited that we have a mobile quarterback finally. I think Ben Roethlisberger era, all hail to what he did in Pittsburgh. It was great. However, you could really see how that affected the offense in the past couple of years, not being as mobile in the pocket. What I am worried about is the offensive line, as everybody is. I think that quarterback situation that everyone's been talking about this entire summer has been great, but it's not going to mean shit if the offensive line can't block. And it's been a huge concern. And Najee Harris, he's probably one of the best backs in the league, could do great things. He can't run because he doesn't have holes to run through.
God damn it, he's on my fantasy team.
Yeah. So, I mean, but no, he's great. He's going to have a lot of receptions, most likely. Those short passes, he's great, explosive. He's a great guy to have on your team for those reasons. But as for running the ball, I really hope they can find the connection there. I'm really excited about George Pickens. I think a wide receiver one, if Deontay Johnson's healthy week one, he's, I think he could emerge this season. Not that he didn't do well last season. They've got Danger in the tight end and Freiermuth in the middle. That man catches absolutely everything.
My tight end.
Yeah, Freiermuth's great. I mean, I knew coming out of Penn State, I went to Penn State with him. I knew whoever was going to get him, they were going to find early success. And I'm so glad it was, he ended up on the Steelers. The defense, I mean, they're pretty solid every year and they improved in the secondary, which was my biggest concern coming into this season. So I really do like the Steelers. I think they could honestly be a 12-5 team that people are really overlooking because I think people are underestimating how much better. Yeah. A, Tomlin's never had a losing season. B, how much better they would have been last season just putting in a mobile quarterback in that system, I think would have done numbers for it. But the biggest concern of what could prevent that is the offensive line. I do think Tomlin, Omar Khan, the Rooneys, they're smart enough to realize what they have, and they're going to make some moves you're going to see early in the season. I think you'll see them struggle in the first couple weeks, maybe to get their feet on the ground with the offense. But I think the Steelers are going to rebuild that offensive line, and then watch out. You're going to be in trouble because both sides of the ball, then they're going to have some studs.
What do you think about this comment that Trubinsky gets benched midseason?
So we talked about this on a show I had a few weeks ago, and everyone was saying, will Kenny Pickett, there was predictions on will Kenny Pickett start come before the bye week. Mm-hmm. And I said no, unless Trubisky got hurt. Okay. This is my only thing, but I don't think the Steelers need to start Kenny Pickett. Pittsburgh fans are absolutely unforgiving. They will love you just as fast as they will hate you. They will hate you just as fast as they love you. Right. And why put Kenny Pickett, in that situation? It's like,
there's no hurry.
You can take them out early and eat them all mushy gushy, and sure, that's fine. But you can also wait till they're baked perfectly and have him sit back and absorb everything that's going on with Mitch Trubisky. Watch where that offensive line is making mistakes. Let him just absorb everything that's going on, and then put him into a system that's working. It's not like the Steelers have ever had a horrible season in a Tomlin era. So I don't think either one of them in there is going to, take them to be this like Super Bowl team all of a sudden. Right. But if you just be patient with Kenny Pickett, you have a star in Pittsburgh's mind. Everybody already loves him. The team trusts him, but they also trust Trubisky, making him a captain. So they believe in what he can do. I just don't see them needing to rush putting Kenny Pickett in there. I don't think he's shown that he's drastically better than Mitch Trubisky at this point. However, we haven't seen Mitch Trubisky in a regular season success yet. We've only seen the preseason. So I'm excited to see if he can sort of revive himself in Pittsburgh as well.
All right. Rykeep has the Steelers to win their division, and he lives in Philadelphia. That. So
I like that too. I don't think we've seen enough out of Baltimore. I think they can be good, but I don't think we've seen enough consistency from them. The Browns are in the bottom of the barrel at the moment, trying to figure out who they are and what they can do. And then the Bengals are going to be the biggest test. So I'm excited.
I was going to say, so do we take the 6.5 with the Steelers, or?
I love the Steelers week one.
Yeah.
I love them.
I don't know. I talked to Craig about this, and Craig and I had differing. He actually picked the Steelers, and I picked the Bengals at first.
Really?
Just because I thought it might. I think the Bengals' identity is better coming into week one. I think they know who they are better. I think they're at home. They're coming off that Super Bowl loss. Mm-hmm. The Steelers gave, if you would look at what the yardage was that they gave up against them last year, you would want to. It blows your mind. They need to find an answer for Mixon, Chase, and Burrow. It was deadly to them, and those games got out of hand fast. So as long as they don't let Joe Burrow get out of hand too fast, I do like the Steelers at 6.5. I think they can match that. But if Joe Burrow starts getting out of hand, forget about it. It's so, I think they'll be okay. Their defense knows what to expect. They've played that unit last year. They're going to be able to make those adjustments. So I think 6.5 could be good for the Steelers.
I don't hold on. I'm trying to find where the money is.
Lions 6-win season, Lenny.
Yeah,
7.
70% of the money is on the Bengals, and they're not moving
7.
that line. I like the Steelers there.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Steel. I actually think Mitch Trubisky got a raw deal in Chicago. He's already used to a shitty line, so I think he'll fit right in at the Steelers. And if that line got better, that O-line got better, Mitch Trubisky could be a little dangerous threat there. If it stays healthy, he's not a bad option. I loved it when they picked him up before Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett might not see the field this year. And that's a good thing for the Steelers.
Mitch Trubisky also got to learn under a well-known quarterback in this league at the moment, a Josh Allen. He was that Kenny Pickett. He was in his role. I want to know what he took from Josh Allen, what he absorbed from him, what he learned from him. Is he emulating something? Who knows? Right. I think that's sort of how.
Not to mention, I think Najee Harris top 5 running back in the league.
100%.
And by hands down, I've loved that guy since he came out of college. He's a beast. He is, in my opinion, going to finish better than Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry this year.
Okay.
I like that dude, and that's with a shitty O-line. You put him behind a good offensive line.
Yes.
That dude's going to break you off 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
Not to mention he can catch the ball. So I'm high on the Steelers this year. The Lions win 7 to 8 games. I'm not getting carried away, but don't get carried away. But listen, the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl soon.
Rodrigo's putting that team on his back. Okay.
I love it. I think I got a Rodrigo jersey coming for my anniversary if I'm nice.
I thought you got Hutchinson for your anniversary.
That's the pre-anniversary gift. Do you know how valuable I am to this
His
organization?
wife got him 2 jerseys, so if she didn't at this point, he's gonna be so upset.
I'm very valuable to this organization. Well, it's green, so very valuable to this the Winston organization. So, and my wife values me, so she gets me pre-gifts.
Listen, if she doesn't get you this, you're gonna be so upset because you've been talking about how you think pissed. It's like that Christmas present you think you're getting, and you're so excited, and then you open all of them and you're like, oh, where is it?
You know what she'll do? She'll buy it and then she'll make me wait till like Christmas to get it.
I hope she.
I'll be pissed.
Wait till you meet Mandy, Hannah. Wait till you meet Mandy. They're hysterical together.
I think we need like a picks and parlay like get together. Like we need to.
We do them all the time.
We're going on Friday. We're only 15 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, we live 15 minutes away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We still don't see each other, but like 3 times a year.
We did a Picks and Parlays meet and greet 2 March Madnesses ago, and Lenny just came out to meet and greet with me and have some beers and get a T-shirt. And after talking to him about sports betting, I'm like, oh, this guy is like the voice of the people. And like I had him on Morning Wood a couple of times to talk baseball, and it just rolled from there. I'm like, Craig, let's like use this guy. He's really good at talking. And it's, so we were friends first and co-workers second. But
you flatter me.
I recognize raw talent when I see it.
Heck
what do you want me? Hey, what do you want me? I'm the people. I'm the man. I'm the voice of the people. You hear that? I'm putting that shit on a shirt.
So humble.
Detroit Lenny, the voice of the people.
He's so humble.
Except for Tate the Great. Because he's a Michigan fan and it's college football right now, so we don't talk to him.
Yeah,
he's in the chat. We're like best friends.
Actually, and said bye.
Well, probably.
Hey, I picked Michigan to cover a few weeks ago, and they did against Colorado State. I was hoping they would be able to. So
it'll be okay until they have to play a real school.
Right.
Like, go green, go white.
They
have to play Michigan State.
But I feel like we say this about Michigan every year. We're like, man, they're gonna be so good, and then it's like, man, what happened to Michigan?
We love you guys. We met. Ricky came to town. We met.
We've met wife. So many of our.
Whenever people come to town, we do like a little like get together and like local. We have the same bar we go to tell people to meet because it's pretty centrally located.
The twins were just out. Nick and Tim were out to buy into Circa, and they stayed at my house. So we all went to a baseball game together. So we've met them. We're meeting Rail Bailey this week. But we know a lot of our morning Woodies, and we love meeting with them and talking
That's so
crap.
fun.
Okay, we do have to get going though. It is about our time. Everyone, this is Hannah Mears. What's your Twitter handle, hon? I did not.
It's at hand Mears and then
I knew
underscore.
that. Dang it.
Yes,
Han
that's me.
Mears.
Already in the
Okay.
chat. We have
Like
it.
this, right?
At hand Mears. Yep, there's an underscore after it, but you'll be able to find me with that.
Okay.
And then,
perfect. So
yeah,
y'all follow her
Instagram.
on Twitter.
Whatever.
There. Bam.
No,
follow
after
her
it. After it.
Under
mother of
after
pearl.
the S.
Listen, you're already very
Okay.
high maintenance, Hannah. Okay. Very high.
Damn it,
After
Hannah.
the
I'll
S,
give you my drink order after this. Here's what I want.
I know.
This is what I expect to be waiting for me on Morningwood next
shaken,
time.
not stirred. Yeah. $3.
Perfect.
Okay, I did it. Okay, so follow at Han Mears. Follow her. She does a Mearsy minute with her free picks. You'll find her on the Power Hour. You'll see her doing our regular free picks for picks and parlays. We'll have you back on Morningwood too. Definitely as one of our NFL experts. If you guys are looking to make a bet today, Lenny's got a 6-point teaser, Rams in the under. Although we just kind of like Rams and the under, even if it's not in a teaser at the end of the day. But
I'm gonna
there's
live
one
bet
for
the
ya.
hell out of this game.
And Hannah's going to roll with the Rams on the money line and Cooper Kupp over 7.5 interceptions. I need to make sure I'm starting him today.
Yeah, I would suggest starting Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
That lineup
I'm
ready.
positive. He was my number one pick.
Don't
I
actually
got
have
Team
him on the
State
bench for
Farm.
this game.
I got
You're gonna be-
Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, so I'm Team State Farm, and I named him 2 khakis, 1 Cooper Kupp. 2 khakis, 1 Kupp.
Love it.
That's what I'm doing. So,
Love it.
and then my name on our picks and parlays, because I couldn't go for 3. Remember old Bo?
I thought that was you. Okay, that's you. Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't you go for 2? Because I couldn't go
Because
for
it couldn't
3.
go
Because
for
I couldn't
3.
go.
Why'd you go for 2?
I love that quote.
What
Hate
into,
that
like
man.
Saturday. We don't know. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk Saturday. Yes, Hannah rocks. We love her. Breaking news: Queen Elizabeth passed away. I just watched The Princess last night.
I just saw that they had her. People were saying that they had full like health people at the castle, like wherever she is. They were saying she was on watch.
Oh, I was watching The Princess, and I'm big on like the 6 degrees of separation thing.
Yeah.
And I had seen a deal on Queen Elizabeth like years ago. And when you think like how many people she has met, as far as like the Beatles and Winston Churchill, just every major leader of every major country over the last 96 years. I mean, it's not like she was just the ruler for, an 8-year presidential term. Like she has ruled England since she was like 16 years old or some shit. She has met everybody. That woman lived one hell of a life. Rest in peace, Queen Liz, man.
What a literal queen.
Yes, literal queen. Yes,
literal queen. So
man.
sad though.
Yeah, that's about. We were all here on the day DMX died, and it was a really sad day for
Oh,
the morning
man.
Woodies.
I'm telling you right now, don't
You
bring
guys-
that up.
Ray
See,
Liotta?
Ellen Burns are
When
gonna make
Ray
me
Liotta
cry
died?
again.
Ray
Talk about
Liotta's
music
death.
making people emotional.
Ray Liotta's death. I'm still not over.
Ray Liotta, yeah. We're terrible.
Yeah.
We're
Oh, all right. So now Queen Elizabeth, add her to our Woody list of our death count, the Woody death count. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring that bell for notification. I mean, it's not like we're killing them. We're just counting them. Okay.
Woody, they'll count
People
up
that
to
have
4.
died during the Morningwood show. There we go.
Yes,
That's
there you
death
go.
roll.
It's just pretty fair. They
Jesus.
probably
So
laughed
good.
to death. That's just it. Don't forget about the sponsor, Caesar Sportsbook, right here, up to $12.50 in a risk-free first bet, plus 1,000 reward credits, plus 1,000 tier credits for all new accounts. Use the description of this video and click on the link, or download the app onto your phone and use my promo code MORNINGFUL. That's how you do it. Thank you, Hannah Mears, for stopping by the show. Good luck to everybody. It's the most dangerous hour, unless you're against Lenny.
Good luck unless you're against us. Wait, am I supposed to hit the thing now?
Yeah, it's your turn. You're the producer.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm just, I'm in fat. Hey, what do you want me to do? I'm in between 2 beautiful women and a sports show. Okay,
And Queen Elizabeth just died, everybody.
I'm a little
Got a lot going
emotional. You
on.
brought up DMX. Hug your loved
Never bring
ones,
up video.
people. Hug your loved ones. Good
Yeah.
luck unless you're against us.